everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Tuesday, February 1st, so happy February. All right, we have a few meetings to tell you about today. We have one that is at 9:30 this morning, and that is the GRF board meeting, which is virtual as well as televised, so it will immediately follow our morning broadcast of This Day. Then we have this afternoon at 1:30, we have the third Finance Committee, which is also virtual. And then at 3 o'clock this afternoon, we have a third special board meeting, which will be virtual. So you can follow along at lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. Now on our show today, we have two very special guests. We have Jeff Parker and Siobhan Foster, and they are both general managers as well as CEOs of our Village Management Services. One is outgoing and one is incoming. So we'll have a chit chat with them, talk all about Jeff's plans, as well as Siobhan and what she's looking forward to be CEO here of VMS. Then we also have some tips from Green Thumb Nursery that you all can pay attention to because spring is right around the corner. All right, let's take a look at our weather. We are looking at sunny skies for the rest of the week. We are looking at temperatures that are going to be in the low 60s. A little chilly last night too. 62-48, 65-45, 64-45, and then 69-44, 70-44 for our weekend. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:47, and our sunset will be at 5:22. And Lori, thank you for sending in this great photo down by the beach. And if you look really closely, you can find something that is not a rock. So I love it. Thank you for sending that in. And if you have a photo that you would like to share with our village, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. All right, when we come back, we will have Jeff and Siobhan, so stick around.
Hi, I'm Ann Mundell-Noel, audiologist and owner at Amazing Hearing. As we head into the new year, it's time to focus on making changes and setting goals. In 2022, make a new goal to improve your hearing. At Amazing Hearing, we understand better hearing means better memory, better balance, and most importantly, better communication. Call us to set up your appointment. At Amazing Hearing, we will help you reach your goal.
City of Hope is speeding cancer research and treatment to Orange County.
Go get a second opinion, third opinion. Go see somebody who has the expertise, because nowadays there is just so much research in every type of cancer that it's hard for one doctor to keep up to date with all the novel therapeutics and etc. So I think it's extremely, extremely important.
Primary care is our first interaction with the healthcare system, but most people don't visit their physicians due to long lines, waiting periods, and moving from lab to lab. At Cure Medical, we bring healthcare straight to your doorstep. Our modern, upscale mobile clinics provide services such as prevention and wellness plans, annual exams, lab work, blood tests, and more. Give us a call today to learn more and schedule your next appointment. Cure Medical, close to home, far from ordinary.
By staying home, the community of Orange County has made a difference. But doing so shouldn't mean putting your own health at risk. Hogue wants you to know that safe, quality care is available. Don't ignore or delay the medical attention you need. From routine checkups to revolutionary treatments, Hogue is here for you, just as we have been for almost 70 years. Like no other time before, your healthcare choices matter. Get the care you need from the name you trust.
How is life feeling these days? Even if you're active, those little aches and pains can be exhausting. Now there's a new way to experience an ancient healing therapy right in the comfort of your home. Introducing the J&H Lifestyles Infrared Sauna, a beautifully crafted sauna with proven benefits of immune boosting, pain relief, and relaxation. And there are 1- and 2-person models to fit the tightest of spaces, bringing the warmth of infrared sauna therapy to you. Expert installation is available in your area. Just give us a call or visit our website today.
Welcome back. Well, today, as I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker and Siobhan Foster here. And we've got a transition happening, today and going forward. So welcome to both of you. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Great to be here.
And, we've got a little celebration. So we've got some champagne, we've got balloons, and we've got cards because, this is going to be Jeff's last appearance. And I wanted to invite both of you on because, number one, I'd like to reflect because, you've been doing this for a while now. And when we first had you on, it's a little nerve-wracking, as I think you have found out, Siobhan. We throw you in to the lights and the cameras, and we ask you questions. And obviously, our folks who watch really want to know about what's happening here in the village. And I think we've done a really good job. Especially, you've come up with so much great information. And we were put in a position where we were the only local information for the folks that live here. And I think that, we attribute that to all of the coordination that you guys did, as well as you to the Orange County Health Department. We didn't know really what was happening. And so when we decided to have you on 3 days a week, it worked out really well. So I kind of wanted to go back to that and just ask you a little bit about some of the challenges that you had in trying to relay the information to the folks and some of the great things that happened.
Well, first of all, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Going back, 2 years ago, basically, in February, we started seeing a little bit of this COVID talk out there. And then really at the February, ramped it up, and then all of a sudden we were in March. And boom, we just saw the numbers escalate tremendously in Orange County and the state of California. So we made the decision to shut things down, to move forward with protecting our residents as much as possible. And I think that was the first big move that we made. And then how do we get that word out? How do, using our media opportunities, we have obviously the newsprint and the newspaper, the register and everything. But using TV6 was really the focal point in saying, hey, let's get on the TV and talk about it a lot. And what does this mean? What's going to go in the future? What we thought was going to go in the future was this something that was going to be handled in a few months and we'd be over it, right? And we're still talking about it today.
Right.
But I think that was the big changing point for us. And then obviously we stepped into the next big line was we wanted to get out in front, and we're able to do that with the help of Saddleback Memorial and Eileen Paulin leading the charge with regards to getting a vaccine clinic here at Clubhouse 7 and being able to vaccinate as many people as we did. Saturdays in the rain, all kinds of atmosphere. But the reality is we were able to do that as the first community that did that.
Exactly.
Besides the
I think in the country, right?
Besides the county doing it.
Yeah.
And we knew they were trying to open up their operations. But we were really this first organization, first city to be able to do that. And in the case of our situation, the first village to do it. So to protect our employees and protect our residents and be able to do that, a phenomenal effort.
Exactly, and one thing that we've heard so much from the folks who watch our program, and really those residents in general, we're very pleased that we were able to pull off something like that. Now, Siobhan, I know you really haven't had as much presence here on TV, but you've been behind the scenes. So you've been here for, about 4 years now, so you kind of saw how everything transpired. What were some of the things that you took away from that?
I was impressed about how quickly, under Jeff's leadership, we were able to mobilize to protect our community. It wasn't always probably well received, but it was for the best, highest purpose.
Right. So, and I know that you've talked here last week when we had you on about, excellence and how people kind of came, they come together. And it's really a tribute to exactly what you said about how everyone just came together, made things happen. There was no, fuss about it. It's just get it done.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now looking forward, what are you going to do? I mean, I know you have plans to travel a little bit here and there, but am I going to see you on TV again somewhere else?
Probably not. Let's hope not.
Oh, come on. You did a good job.
Especially
you got used to it.
I want it to be a snapshot at least.
Well, you got used to it. You did such a great job. And so in terms of retirement, what does that mean to you?
Well, a couple things. I'm going to relax for a little bit of time. I'm real fortunate that my fiance is retiring at the same time, so that makes it real special for us to kind of, what our plans for the future are.
Yeah.
We're both going to work part-time in her career, and then I'm going to do some part-time work, but not a lot. I'm going to golf a lot more. I'm going to try to get my golf game back to where it was 20 years ago when I wasn't quite as ambitious in the sense of the career, I guess, in that sense. And then travel. We've talked about it before. I have a big trip planned to go to Europe in June, so looking forward to that.
Well, I love it. Well, here's to the best years of your life.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
And Siobhan, you're obviously stepping into a situation that, it's not uncommon to you, but nonetheless, it's a new venture. What are some things that you are looking forward to?
I think as I take leadership, I want to focus on the basics again. We're coming out of, hopefully coming out of COVID, or COVID's here to stay one way or the other, but we need to focus on the basics again. I'm going to use the guiding force, a commitment to excellence and a dedication to service. We are going to focus our staff on providing the best possible services to our residents with an emphasis on customer care. I think we may have lost some of that during the pandemic and so forth. And I really want to bring back that warmth, that customer relations feel that we need in our community.
Yeah, because we have been shut down again. Resident services has been closed to in-person. And I do know that many of our residents enjoyed coming in, chit-chatting with people, and they do like to do that, which is great. And they've lost that, like you said. Of course you can chit-chat on the phone, but it's not the same as an in-person experience. So we look forward to getting that back. So in closing, we want to wish you well. So we actually have some champagne here for us to toast the incoming and the outgoing. So cheers to you.
Well,
thank you so much. It's been a joy.
Cheers.
And we welcome you, Siobhan, on our show as
Absolutely.
many times as you would like to come on.
Thank you, Lisa.
Cheers. And we also wanted to let you know that if you had any questions regarding, obviously, the transition, or if you wanted to get in touch with Siobhan, there's a phone number on your screen, an email address on your screen in which you can send an email to, or any questions of well wishes or whatever you would like to ask. That's generalmanager@vmsinc.org. We'll be right back.
Laguna Niguel Hyundai used car sales event is going on now. Save now on over 250 used cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. All makes, all models, all price from $20,000 or less. Plus, we'll buy your current car, paid for or not, including lease buyouts with top dollar paid on the spot. Shop online anytime at LagunaNiguelHyundai.com at the 5 Freeway at Avery Parkway.
Okay, so here we're going to do a demo for things that grow in the shade.
Okay.
So when I say shade, these will take morning sun before 10 o'clock, afternoon sun after 4, or just a bright filtered light. So if you have a patio with a slatted top, that would be fine. And so the idea behind this is one of the college professors around here, I believe at Saddleback, says you want chillers, thrillers, and spillers. So the chiller is the guy in the middle, and this is called a Cressandra. And this gives you beautiful orange flowers starting probably about March, and goes all the way through into December. So
that's long.
Yes, this gives a really good color. It's pretty easy to grow. So we're just going to pop it out of the pot. And this one is not too bad, but I'm going to loosen this up just a little, give it a little scrunchies. Loosen it up just a hair, and this is going to be my thriller. This goes in the center.
Is that considered like the focal point?
The focal point.
There you go.
And so what we're going to do from here is we're going to hopefully create a cascade effect to where it's big in the middle, medium, and then spilling over the
So
edge.
would you take like these
Yep.
on the outside? Okay.
Yep, these are going to be our chillers, which mean they
Chillers.
just kind of hang out and be a part of the team. And this one is, yes, root bound. So I'm going to pull some of these off. Yeah, you can, if you want.
Yeah, I'll do this one.
And I've tried to get contrasting colors. Now, when you look at a color wheel, the colors that are next to each other are complementary.
Okay.
The colors that are opposite each other are contrasting. So I like the contrast myself.
Well, that's kind of a nice way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're similar.
Yes, they are. And then these are coleuses. And these, they're going to get a little flower, but usually I take the flower off. It is pretty, but once it's done flowering, pinch the flower off because it'll keep putting on more leaves that way. And if these guys get too tall, you can pinch them, and you can take the cuttings and plant them. So
When you say pinch them, are you saying with your finger, or can we use our clippers?
You can use your clippers, you can use your fingers. I say pinch because
this one has a lot of root.
Yes, that one is.
I'm gonna let you do that one.
Okay. This one is a sweet potato vine, and yes, it will get a sweet potato. It does form a potato.
One you can eat?
They're edible, but I don't think they're
They might not be
tasty.
as tasty. Okay.
So this one is actually going to spill out over the edge as well, and it does get a flower. It's loosely in the morning glory family.
Oh.
And again, let's see. Actually, I want to put this one over here because I'm going for the contrast. I want my chartreuse in between my two purples.
That looks great.
And then I'm going to pull this one over into here next to my green because I want that contrast there.
Right.
And now I'm going to put in some more spillers. This one is called.
Oh, and they're going to come over.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is called
smart.
lamium.
Uh-huh.
And there's two different kinds. You can see they're both lamiums, but they're different leaves and different colored flowers. This one's white, this one's pink. So these all are going to do well in a part sun situation, which is why.
Yeah.
And they like a similar watering habit.
Right.
So that's another thing you have to keep in mind when you're planting is that they need to be compatible with each other. If they're living in the same space.
Right. Well, and that's something that you said you can look up online.
Yes,
Right.
you can.
Or they can come here and talk to Kathy.
You can. Yes, that's what we're here for. Okay, so this one I'm going to stick in here. Very good.
This one must be fresh.
Yes, this one's a young one. And I'm going to stick this one in here because it's going to give me that nice green pop of color. So these will trail down. That's going to trail down. This will trail down. This is going to come out. If any of these get too big, you just simply trim them.
Yeah.
And-
That is
and-
beautiful.
And it's going to be an awesome display of color.
Now, does it matter the height of the pot?
Well, that's a good question. This one here, they're going to get root bound a little bit faster. So you might have to rejuvenate it a little bit faster than you would if the pot were deeper. If the pot's deeper, then it's got more root space.
Okay.
But also, if you go too big of a pot, that bottom soil turns kind of mushy and anaerobic, we call it, and it rots.
Okay.
So then you have problems with the roots being in a rotting soil, and that's not good for the plants. So in this situation, these are all fairly shallow rooted. If I was going to get, like, say, a ficus tree or like this vine here, I would get a deeper, just the next size up pot, but deeper.
Right. Well, you know, some people have those really long, you know, tall, skinny pots.
Yeah.
But I'm imagining, is there some sort of a separation in those where you would only plant the top part?
There are some things that you can insert into the pots, but unfortunately you have to find the right size.
Yeah.
So what I've done is taken water bottles, empty water bottles, and crunch them down and put them in the bottom of the pot. That takes up space. Some of the soil will go down in between the water bottles and the roots can get down in there. And that's probably the best way to do it.
That's a great
You could
idea.
also put rocks in there, you know, because that would make it makes it heavy, so you don't have to worry about it necessarily falling over. But if you want to move it, and you don't have the strength to move
Yeah.
it, so the water bottles are usually a little bit better.
That is a really good tip, and why
Yeah.
not? We are recycling the water bottle.
There
That is
you
a
go.
perfect idea.
That's right.
Well, thank you. This is so beautiful. I just love it. All right, well, we are going to head back into the studio. All right, well, we have a few announcements that we wanted to mention to you. So let's take a look at the Performing Arts Center overall calendar. They have an amazing season. So in March, they have the Stevie Nicks Illusion Band, and of course, that would be a load of fun. Then they have a band called Black Market Trust in April. In May, they have Blinded by the Blues. July, Southbound and Company. August 20th, Queen Nation. That is my birthday, August 20th, and Queen Nation is a load of fun. I saw them down at the Coach House, and you will not even believe how much he looks like Mercury. And it's awesome. And then September, Ronstadt Revival, and October, Who's Zeppelin, and December, they have their New Year's Eve celebration. So a lot of fun there. We've got the Republican Club of Laguna Woods is having their meeting, and it's February 4th, and the location is the Clubhouse 5. And of course, they have a social hour from 11 to 11:30, then the meetings at 11:30, and then their lunch is at 12. Now, they are going to have Diane Dixon there, as well as Diane Harkey. So you can check that out. And of course, if you want information, you can always get in touch with Pat Mycone, who is the president, and she is at the Republican Club LWPRES@gmail.com. Now, on February 7th, Age Well is bringing Dr. Trin, the Doctor Talks. So he's got lots of great information. We always know he does. And this time, it's about the mind-body connection. They are going to have a special morning, and it's going to be all about, obviously, about things that are going on with your mind. And it's going to be informative and a health-related topic discussion. And it's going to be on February 7th, Monday. And you can stop by the front desk of the Florence Sylvester Senior Center, and you can get all of the information. You can reserve a seat, or you could call them at 949-380-0155, or you could go to their website, which is agewellseniorservices.org, and get additional information. Now, our Hearing Well Club switched names, and they are now the Hearing Loss Association of America. Now, Tony Berrien is our contact, our local contact, and she has been great in getting us information about what's going on. So they have a monthly Zoom meeting that's coming up here on February 8th at 11 a.m. And it's identifying ototoxic drugs. And it's talking about how these things can rob you of your hearing, prescriptions, over-the-counter medications, and supplements. So these things are very important to pay attention to. Now, if you would like to get in touch with Tony, you can email her at tony@hlaamv.org, or you can phone or text her at 949-614-5307. Now, another thing that we have coming up is the OC of OC. It is going to be at the Performing Arts Center, and it is going to be an orchestra that is a collection of Orange County showcases American voices and stories in honor of Lincoln's birthday. Now, that will be on February 12th at 3 p.m. You can get tickets at tickets.lagunawoodsvillage.com. And just to give you a background of what it is, from Aaron Copland's Buckaroo Holiday and Hoedown to William Grant Still's Afro-American Symphony, the 50-piece symphony orchestra pulls out all the stops. Samuel Coleridge Taylor's The Song of Hiawatha pays majestic, magical, musical tribute to both the great Iroquois leader and Longfellow's poem of the same name. And you don't want to miss Corbin Foster's A Salute to American Armed Services. Now, if you want more information, you can email recreation@vmsinc.org. Now, also, just to let you know that this week, it's probably already happened, but the channels 550 to 556 of Stars Encore will be West Coast time zone now. So you need to make sure that you change all of your scheduling for any series that you're recording to the new time zone, which would be the West Coast time zone, Pacific Coast or Pacific Standard Time. Email programming@vmsinc.org if you have any questions at all. Then, of course, if you want to be in the Orange County Grand Jury, it's a big ask, but it's a great thing to do. Lots of information, and you get firsthand information of what's happening here in Orange County. Is you can serve on the grand jury. Now, they have extended their deadline to February 24th. Now, the application and any information that you need regarding what you would need to do is at ocgrandjury.org, or you could call them at 657-622-6747. Now, there are a few requirements. You do need to be an Orange County resident. You need to be a U.S. citizen, knowledge of English, sound judgment. You do get $50 a day stipend, so it'll give you a little part-time job for you. They also reimburse your mileage. You get reserved parking, and it's a one-year term. So just thought you might want some information regarding that. And then one last thing, of course, we always need volunteers for the Florence Sylvester Senior Center because that's how they pretty much are operated, is by volunteers. Now, they are needing people to drive just a couple hours a day, Meals on Wheels, or you can answer the phones or have people come in and help them at the reception desk, or you can participate in their senior lunch program. This is all done right here at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center in Laguna Hills. So if you want more information about how you can participate, 949-380-0155. All right, let's take a look at our weather before we head out to enjoy the rest of our day and our first day of February. So our weather is looking kind of chilly. You know, it was chilly last night, but we are looking at sunshine days. 62-48, 65-45, 64-45, 69-44, and 70-44 for the weekend. Don't forget, after our morning broadcast of This Day, we do have the board meeting coming up, so stick around for that. Have a great day in the village. Bye-bye.
What's easier than blowing out 65 candles? Choosing an Alignment Medicare health plan that's tailored specifically to you. Need access to 24/7 telehealth and concierge services? You got it. Members also receive an Alignment Health Plan Black Card with a monthly allowance and rewards for engaging with your health. At Alignment Health Plan, we don't think of these things as extras, just things you deserve. Save your wish for something that isn't healthcare related. Call or visit our website today to enroll in an Alignment Health Plan.
At Harvard Eye, we're so happy to be open again to see you for all your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in our lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence and committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you.
I'm Jerry Slusowitz, founder of Pacific Financial Planners. Did you know that one simple mistake can derail your retirement plan? By not making the shift to income-based investing, you could be setting up your retirement plan to fail. If you're at or near retirement age, time is not on your side. One major stock market correction could wipe out your life savings. Visit safeincometoday.com to make the switch. Create retirement income you can count on.